Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your boy Al. I just wanted to make a quick video to really encourage you, inspire you, and really help you move forward and give you just some momentum for whatever season that you may be in. And I'm going to just kind of take a dive into where you are right now. And I want to encourage you to simply be still. Don't move. And if you're going to move, let the only place you move to is the presence of God. And it's safe to say that God has given you specific instructions. He's probably been speaking to you about a lot of things that He wants you to do right now, in this season, in the meantime. And I'm pretty sure there's some things that you've been thinking about that have kind of made you think like, okay, God, like what's going on with that? Like that's great. Like I see what you're trying to do, but like what's going on with this? And I want to encourage you, don't be moved to a place of haste. Don't move from a place of fear. Don't move from a place of performance. Don't move from a place of trying to prove people wrong. Don't move from a place of not being able to make ends meet. Don't move from that place of just wanting to or always needing to have something to say, or that you're up to something. Or don't move because you were comparing yourself. Don't move because you think that people are where you're supposed to be and you're not there. Don't move because you think you're behind schedule. Don't move because you think that, life is over for you, so you just have to take matters into your own hands. Don't move because you think that God is not speaking to you and He's forgotten about you. Don't move from that place. You move from a place of being led. As in, if God did not tell you to do something, it just simply means don't do anything but what you know to do. As in, you have responsibilities. Responsibilities are what we're called to. Everything else really doesn't matter. You have priorities, and your priority is to stay connected to the vine, remain in Him, let His words remain in your heart. And what you're going to get from that place is instructions. And again, you have instructions, and there are things that God has been calling you to. And I'm just want to encourage you. This whole video is about, I want you to remember, do that. Okay, this is your instructions, okay? This is what you're supposed to be doing. And don't underestimate what this is about, or what this is going to do for you, or how this is going to, in a sense, shape the season that you're in, or what God is up to with this. And if you focus on this, you're exercising faith. You're saying, God, I don't know what you're doing with that, but I'm going to do what you called me to. And in that, God's going to turn things around, set you up, and put you exactly where you need to be. But the reality is you're already there. When you're doing what God has called you to do, you're exactly where God needs you to be. And watch this. You're seeking after His righteousness. You're seeking after His kingdom. You're seeking after Him first. You're seeking Him first when you're doing what He's called you to do. And you know the word. Everything will be given to you, done for you. You have nothing to worry about. You see what I'm saying? Seek me first, and all things will be added unto you. Not one, not two, but all things. So here's the thing. I want to make an environment where it's okay to say I'm waiting on God. I want to create an environment where it's okay to say that God has not spoken to me yet. And the reality is, He doesn't have to speak about this. He has that taken care of. He just wants you to focus on this. And the only time you're not be able to focus on this is when, again, people move you to this place of fear or pressure or haste. Let me give you a quick example of what that could look like. So you could say someone just graduated from college or high school, and your parents may be simply saying, hey, what are you doing next? And you really may not know. You really may be in a place where God has not spoken to you, and guess what? That is okay. You can say and be bold about it, be proud about it. God has not spoken to me yet. But because you've been in His presence, you can say, I'm waiting on Him. But in the meantime, I'm focusing on what He's called me to. And if He has not spoken to you about a next move, or what He wants you to apply, or what He wants you to do, what He wants you to get involved in, don't move. Because whatever you do outside of a place from being led, it's the flesh and it's not God. And how something starts is how it ends. Everything we do, we want to be led when we do it. We don't want to do things because we're trying to prove everybody else wrong. That's not God. It's empty, it's in vain, it's fruitless. And watch this. God is not obligated to provide for anything He did not call you to. So there's sometimes when we see maybe a price tag that we can't afford, we start, well, I got to do this. And no, you don't. God will provide for you. Do what He called you to. When people are asking us what's next, we try to figure out an answer just to tell them we say anything, or we're going to get involved in this to make it seem like we're up to something or we're doing something. We don't have to. The Bible simply says, be still. Just know that I'm God. As in, I have this thing taken care of. I need you to be focused on what I'm calling to in this season, but don't just move because you're getting anxiety because nothing's happening. It seems like you're just so still, nothing's being produced. Don't underestimate the power of God, and don't underestimate what He's called you to in the meantime. Anything that has to do with God, He's going to lead you to do it. And where He leads you, He'll provide. Where He leads you, He'll guide. Where He leads you, He's going to strengthen you, equip you, comfort you, and He'll be there with you. Whatever He's called you to, He will see to it that you finish it. He will be there. And the thing is, again, we have false expectations when we step outside of the will of God and we expect Him to bless that. God does not bless our disobedience. And there are consequences for our sin. There are consequences for us stepping out of that place of being led. And when we do things from another motive, this selfish ambition, envy, jealousy, greed, those things are not right motivations. And we want to make sure, again, we're being led. I know I repeated it. I want you to get that and be encouraged in this season. Don't underestimate where you are. You are exactly where God needs you to be. I don't care how it looks. I don't care what people say. You are doing what God called you to do. Stay in that place. Don't be moved to a place of haste or just wanting to do something. You end up doing things that you've never been called to do. And that gets frustrating. So, love you guys, and God bless you.